me pacho video share no obiara enye bi wom obi biara isu ka bia onya ne chefa anything EOCO INTERPOL FBI eni diem omunyina e ka bom e ba street ne so omunyina e ba street ne so anodin ebusu anodin omo ba street ne so aba be inspect cars a enam so stolen cars ombe sizi enye so mu sizi just like that o omo sizi ewe no afei eno mo be ye wo investigation ahwe say sika no nya ne he na de talk car no na mpokura no wo fraud ebe drag insem bebre ina aba for o inti woni se wonim se wo use car bi na say stolen car anase bibi I don't want to mention any names bibi ti sa mesro do the needful de hia no mesro ye ansa no matie si kwa so very 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 soon these people are coming on the street omo ba street no so ebeye butu ebeye basa as it stands per my information you just let me keep it here but we in a media mom ebusia the head of legal and prosecution for EOCO waba bekasa na asem na okan ne die
EOCO not specific or direct focus on what happened to Shatawale and so on. You've gone beyond that to indicate that there are some specific, and this I'm referencing media reports that mention you as well, that there are some specific vehicle brands that you are looking at when it comes to your investigation into stolen cars, Honda CRVs, Range Rovers, and then also Ford F-150, and then Dodge Ram. Now, what's going on?
Okay, so let me take the chance to clarify that little misconception. We are not going after only those 4 brands. We are giving out statistics by way of disseminating information in line with our mandate under Section 4 of the EOCO Act to make available to the general public as well as institutions that the Act considers relevant information that we have gathered in the course of our investigations. When it comes to the issues of stolen vehicles that are brought from the United States, Canada, particularly to the shores of Ghana, we have realized in the course of our investigations that these 4 brands are in terms of numbers, are the highest that have come to this site of West Africa, particularly Ghana and Nigeria. So so the advice to the general public is that if you want to engage in the purchase of some of these vehicles, these are red flags that you should look at. So the Dodge Ram is one, the Ford F-150 is one, the Honda CRV, and the
Range Rover.
The Range Rover. So these 4 are amongst the most that are stolen.
The most
that are stolen.
But
we look at all vehicles, not necessarily luxury brands. The focus has more or less been on luxury brands because of the lucrative nature of the trade in the stolen vehicles when it comes to the luxury vehicle, because these are high-end vehicles. If you go and get a Toyota Corolla, for instance, and you bring it here, the value in terms of how much a person who engages in this unlawful activity gets is not as lucrative as bringing in a Maserati. If the market value of one of those luxury vehicles is about 400,000, and you go and steal it and bring it to this part of the world, what is going to happen is that you are stealing it for without any effort or any money is being spent. If you come and you sell it here for about $150,000, that's a lot as compared to the Toyota Corollas that will come in. So it's not like we are specifying or restricting our retrieval of such vehicles.
I see, but what would definitely get your attention if you have Toyota Corolla, just for the lack of better expression, on the road, and then you have a Range Rover, because you've mentioned it on the road. obviously, with what you have said, if your officials are on the road, and I see quite some checks on the road these days, with the customs and others, EOCO, all on the road.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so
Stopping people and checking documents and so on. You key in chassis numbers to.
yeah,
Now, I've been stopped twice, so
okay, that's right.
no,
So
I don't.
so again,
I deserve one.
so
Thank you.
Back in 2022, again in the exercise of our mandate under Act 804, and in collaboration with our partners, the FBI and the Royal Mounted Canadian Police, we embarked on an exercise to retrieve stolen vehicles. We're given an initial database of about 300 vehicles. We proceeded and then recovered, I think, somewhere around 60 to 66 vehicles. And what has also happened is that...
so out of the 300, you've recovered 66?
6 vehicles for that.
I see.
In terms of that. Now, we have also realized in the course of our investigations is the fact that when you take, Mr. Kwebu will know this more than the others here, when we start investigations in EOCO into a person, what we also do is that we run parallel financial investigations at the same time in trying to trace the person's assets. So what we have noticed is that when we bring these people in and we take, we see some of their vehicles, we run the VIN number in our system to see if the status is stolen. And I don't have statistics off head, but in more than 70% of the cases, the vehicles come out as stolen. And these are vehicles that were not even on the original 300 list that was given us. So it tells us that there's a fundamental problem, a huge market. In terms of the statistics, some even estimate that as many as 10,000 or close to about 10,000 stolen vehicles enter the country at within every year. So it's a very big problem. And again, in collaboration with our partners, local and foreign, we are doing our best to retrieve these vehicles. Now, I also want to put it out there that, and again, this is a misconception that has been going on, that EOCO engages in Rambo-style activities, stopping people on the road. We don't do any of such things. What happens is that because we have a database, we are able to track these vehicles to garages and individuals. So there are several ways that we retrieve them. So we can invite you to come over, you bring your vehicles. We can also pursue our own lines of inquiry and go and retrieve the vehicles. But never have we gone in that Rambo fashion to go and
so you are able to, with this over 300 list of vehicles that have been flagged as stolen,
yes,
you are able to trace it to the carport where it is being sold. And then you retrieve that. That's how you retrieved all the 66?
Most of the 66, yes. We went to garages where they are usually, some dealers have them in the garages, and these were some of the ways that we retrieved them. Others have also been as a result of ongoing investigations into assets of persons.
I see.
Of interest.
Because this Chatole one was because the person of interest is Kwabnamwa, right? Then you trace the linkage
very well
to this.
Yes.
What was the brand?
It's a Lamborghini Urus, a yellow Lamborghini Urus.
I see. Because for the person who is watching us right now, as you indicated that you traced a number of these vehicles flagged as stolen to carports. How do they car garages? I beg your pardon. The garages are along the street. You see quite a number of them. When you're driving in town. How do people who are watching us right now get to know that this vehicle I'm buying is a stolen vehicle, so I have to stay away? What should I look out for? Okay,
so like I said, I have given a couple of the vehicles, 4 of them that are high-risk vehicles. So if you are purchasing any car, you should, again, I've said this on several platforms, your due diligence has to go beyond a certain threshold, because the lawyers will tell you, if you do not do that due diligence, you are not even armed with any cause of action against the prospective person who has sold the vehicle to you. That's the first thing. Now, our market has usually been that of engagement in terms of accident-prone cars or accident cars or damaged vehicles. These are the vehicles that used to come in. But quite recently, we've noticed that there has been an influx of almost brand new or cars that were manufactured 2-3 years, within a 2-3 year gap. Those are also red flagged. Now you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled, and you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear view mirror dismantled. And you see certain vehicles with a rear vie These vehicles, that's because they have the GPS implanted in them. So if you see any vehicle with the rear view mirror tampered with or not there, then that should also be a red flag. Now, in terms of there are platforms online where you can do primary checks on the status and history of vehicles. Carfax is one. There's some of them are free. NIBC, that's the National Insurance Crime Bureau of the US. They have a site for checking those. But at times, these are not enough to detail the history of the vehicle, so you have to go a step forward. That's where EOCO and Interpol comes in. Interpol has the stolen motor vehicle platform where they are able to tell you the status of the vehicle, so you can rely on EOCO as well as Interpol for further information on this.
I see. Now, Dr. Ato, you want to ask a question?
Ebusia, kasa omoni be ko ho pa na me be bugodi. You assume Range Rover, Honda CRV, Ford F-150, Dodge Ram. Enya no nko by these are specific cars are targeting them more. But mobile check cars, most of the cars who use Corolla, who use them, a bomb which someone check what they're going to check you. Yeah. Check you and we say be intact. Inti unya die here me pacho eni die nya hobrase kwan so said the market say mesom with informations no and no na me di bia besom no ye nie here ansa no matie si kwan so. Imagine say FBI, Interpol, EOCO omaka bu matie si road e den na besi untimi ndoje Omojika na kasa na nye asem se omajika no. That's not the problem for some of the people. But in some beba be tai chire no with the investigations they be koso no. When you no crampo etimi ma stress cry ekum. Aha na one media. Say the da make se mesomo no. Da mesomo me pa che oni die ni abrase kwan so. Subscribe to channel no mamen. We are share video no. Na like it. Na comment it. Say the bear de bia me de foforo baba be so mo. E da se. Makramo.